Welcome to Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt of the Marquardt Law Firm at marquardtlawfirm.com.
Welcome back to Talk Law Radio. I'm Todd Marquardt. This is Cheri Ettinger. She's a realtor, a longtime San Antonio area resident. She's a community servant, and she's running for District 7 trustee for the Northeast Independent School District. Cheri, welcome back to the show. I wanted to ask you about some hidden legal issue blind spots. One is, have you heard about the court case against Facebook and Google claiming that they engineered social media to be addictive, and they didn't warn parents of the dangers of being on social media all day?
Yeah, I've seen it on the news. I haven't got into the specifics of it, but it makes sense because they don't call it doom scrolling for for no reason.
I've never heard that term.
Oh, doom scrolling? Yeah, it's very addictive, even for adults. But as children are developing, I think it's horrific that they literally attacked children to be addicted to whatever they're going to put on their algorithms.
Right.
They didn't have a choice of what they're going to, addiction is real, even for little kids. Now, I know that I have two young grandnephews, and they're addicted. They're addicted to phones, and they're addicted to iPads. And when I go visit, the first thing they want to see is my phone. And they get very, anxious if, the parent takes it away,
right.
or they use it as a like a disciplinary type of thing. Like, okay, you're not going to get your iPad. And even my nephew, who's in his 30s now, when my mom used to watch him, she would try and discipline him and take away his laptop, and he'd be up all night playing games. When he was young. 10, 11, 12.
Right.
And it was a constant battle. So this is nothing new,
Right.
this lawsuit.
Yeah, video games were addictive even before that.
But I think they should be held accountable.
Yeah.
I really do. I think that's missing a lot in everything.
Well, they only had to pay a few $1 million, and that's just a drop in the bucket for them.
Yeah.
So other states are following. New Mexico did something with this issue as well. But another hidden legal issue blind spot that I wanted to bring up and ask you about your opinion is the Texas law that bans cell phones from classrooms. Now, school districts get to write the policies, so every school district isn't going to be the same thing. But do you think having cell phones in the classroom is useful, or do you think that the kids will be able to survive without them?
It should be able to survive without them. We did. We didn't have, phones in school.
Right, but we didn't have an opportunity to get addicted.
Yes, and it goes right back to the lawsuit,
yet.
doesn't it? Yeah. I don't think they should be in class. And maybe for emergencies, they can check them. I don't know how they're even going to implement that. Do they put them in their lockers? I mean, kids will be going to the bathroom to get to their lockers. I mean, they're addicted to their phones.
Right. And so they might be full of anxiety all day, not having that.
Well, it's kind of like when you have a baby, you got to pull that bottle away sometime. It's not good for them. So.
Right. Okay, so there's another law that I want to ask you about, Texas Health and Safety Code, Section 161-702, that prohibits gender transition or reassignment procedures and treatments for certain children. How does that law play into the conversation for families and schools in your district?
Well, I can tell you how it plays in my conversation. It shouldn't be happening, period. It shouldn't even be controversial. I mean, It's common sense. I just don't understand how this happened. And it got so prevalent through everything.
Well, one theory is social contagion, which comes from social media. So one kid probably had this thought that it would want to be a different gender, but then they go on social media and they talk about it, and then so other kids think, maybe I have that too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's peer and social media. Right back to the lawsuit.
Right.
I mean, we really need to take a serious look at the social media and how it's affecting our children. I mean, these are life-changing surgeries. And I don't know if you've seen where these kids are trying, or now as adults are trying to transgender.
Yeah, they want to go back to what
and they
they
can't.
were.
They will have health issues for their entire life. And I've been watching a lot of that based on, and it's so horrific that they were told at 12 years old that they could have this surgery and it would make everything okay. I mean, when you're 12 years old, you're probably going through puberty and you're all confused anyway, and you're having people who are supposed to be taking care of you or looking out for you sending you down a path that's irreversible.
Right.
Yeah, I just don't even know how that happened.
Another theory is that I learned about when I was studying the lawsuit that TikTok brought, said that it was unconstitutional for Congress to ban TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Chinese Communist government was feeding this information through TikTok by promoting those posts and those ideas about transgenderism. It's war.
It is
against our children.
It is. That's exactly what it is.
They're trying to destroy our society by getting to our children and planting these ideas that don't make sense.
Yes, I totally agree. I mean, if you can separate the families, you're going to separate communities, and it's just downhill. It's we got to keep the families together, and we have to protect children from outside sources. And they're being bombarded with social media, all of this stuff on a daily, hourly, minute basis. So, but I do see parents standing up and limiting the time. I think parents are starting to wake up. Like, this has got to stop. We can't just hand them an iPad all day long and they're babysat. Well, when I was raising my son, he sat in front of the TV, I must admit, a lot with like Sesame Street and stuff like that during Saturday. TV was the stepping stone to where we're at now, I guess.
Yeah, TV was my babysitter for some time too, because I was raised by a single mom who had to work.
And that was me. I was a single mom.
I interviewed Christian Mueller last week. He owns and operates Club Pilates near the Dominion, and he was a teacher at one time before he became an entrepreneur. And so I asked him about cell phones in the classroom, and he said that the kids' attention span is just
so limited,
shorter than when he started, and so teachers and parents have to deal with that.
Yeah. Well, even I'll get to the grief thing. When I lost my son, it took me. It's like your brain fractures, and you don't have. I couldn't concentrate anymore. I couldn't put thoughts together. I couldn't function very well. So I had to, put the phone down and learn how to focus again. And I got a little Pomodoro box, a timer, and I set it for 30 minutes, and that's called my focus is for 30 minutes on a task, and I can't go down a rabbit hole or do something else. So I don't know, techniques. We'll adapt to where we're at. That's what we're good at for these kids that, maybe they all need Pomodoro boxes.
I have a book for you that I started reading. I forget the title of it, but it's about how people are different than AI.
Oh,
Well, people have imagination, they have curiosity, and so we're able to solve problems when we don't have enough information.
Right.
AI needs information in order to solve a problem. And so this author, he studied secret forces, you know, the U.S. military and CIA and organizations like that, to figure out how we were different from AI. So it's a great book.
Yeah,
I'll see if I can find the title for you.
I've been studying AI a lot for like the last 6 months, because if we don't get ahead of it as a realtor, I mean, it's going to be really good for us, because it can do a lot of the basic, simple things so much faster than we can, that we can spend more time with our clients one-on-one.
Right.
Like going back and doing the comps and all that stuff, that's easy now. But I've hired a real estate coach who specializes in AI digital marketing, and it's a phenomenal
I've
thing.
noticed that your Facebook posts are getting better.
Better. Yeah, the first 10 or 20 videos, I was like, oh my gosh, these are so horrible.
How can people find you on Facebook?
Well, I have a business page. It's just Cheri Ettinger, realtor. And then my
Cheri.
Yeah, Cheri Ettinger, Ettinger.
Okay, we got to take another break. When we come back, we'll be talking about sinners and saints and legacy too. Stay tuned.
This has been Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt, brought to you by the Marquardt Law Firm. You can learn more at marquardtlawfirm.com. And be sure to listen to the full Talk Law Radio show Saturday mornings at 11 on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Most families don't realize they have hidden legal blind spots until it's too late. Wills, trusts, Medicaid planning, even protecting a business. These are the kinds of issues attorney Todd Marquardt helps uncover before they become problems. Todd is the host of Talk Law Radio, where each week he guides listeners through the legal challenges families, veterans, and business owners face, while showing them the practical steps to protect what matters most. Catch Talk Law Radio, Saturdays at 11 a.m. on 9:30 a.m. The Answer, 6:30 a.m. The Word, and now in Houston on AM 1070 and 103.3 FM The Answer, or anytime on YouTube. Planning isn't just about documents. It's about peace of mind, security for loved ones, and building a legacy that lasts. Don't wait for a crisis. Do it before you die.